At a recent press conference in Japan, Leonardo DiCaprio raised the issue of global warming. Really? Oh my gosh, what a surprise. And is concerned about Republicans who deny mankind's role in it. He said we should not have a candidate who doesn't believe in modern science to be leading our country. Climate change is one of the most concerning issues facing all humanity, and the United States needs to do its part. Oh my God, he's so dramatic. It's just annoying. Yeah. So why doesn't he give his big fancy speech in either Pakistan or Belgium?
It's not just that. It's like, why don't you? This is what I want to hear from people of LA, because I lived in LA for a year and a half last year, and the hypocrisy when it comes to climate change is absolutely insane. Okay, this is what you have to do, Leonardo DiCaprio. No more yachts, no more private planes. I'm going to compare my carbon footprint to yours, because when you're flying around everywhere with your models and using much more than the average American is, you can't lecture the rest of us on why we don't care. And by the way, Hollywood, it doesn't work. Leonardo DiCaprio screaming about how bad Republicans are, all it does is make Republicans vote Republican even more, because you see how disconnected they are.
But you actually disagree with him. Doesn't it make you still want to burn plastic when you hear one of his preachy speeches?
I actually agree with him.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I used the wrong word.
Well, I agree with him to the point that I think, to the extent that I think climate change is a real and important issue. I also don't give a rat's ass what Leonardo DiCaprio says about this or anything. I'm still mad that he won the Oscar for that awful movie, The Revenant, so I don't even want to talk about it.
You were the first person who agrees with me that that movie was so meandering, and there were some good parts and some good performances.
Yeah, it was.
Blah, blah, blah. But by and large,
it was not good.
It was just
the worst.
Stuff.
It was the worst of the nominated
I liked
films.
it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I liked it.
It was one of those movies that seemed like it was really good.
Do you? I mean, I don't know. I like being out in the wilderness, and there was like some oh, what if I was out in the wilderness? Would I cut open a horse and get in its body if it was freezing?
After you fell out of a tree, probably.
I don't know why you just didn't call Uber. Like, that's what the whole movie goes.
You had the app open during the movie for him.
I think Leo's just saying this because he has a documentary coming out about climate change, and he wants people to watch that. And the reason he picked climate change is because he wants to get more chicks, because it makes him sound like a nice guy. I'm sick of seeing his face everywhere. I also believe climate change is a real and important issue. However, that doesn't mean that I think the government should have all this power of adding more and more regulations to stifle my freedom, just because they're like, but the polar bears.
But I think you're right, though, because if there's one thing we know about Leo is he's got to work really hard to get more chicks.
And by the way, if he really hates climate change so much, then...
Before I moved to LA, I was a lot more open to climate change being real. And then if you are ensconced with this liberal BS all the time, I believe climate change is real, but I was so inundated with this sanctimonious crap that by the end of it, I was just like turning my lights on. I was like, I'm not going to recycle.
Running around spraying an aerosol can in the street.
Taking 5 showers a day.
Because there's so much hypocrisy. The people that preach the loudest are the ones with the largest carbon footprints. Now, give the American public, especially average Americans, a really easy way to help the environment. Don't just lecture everyone.
Exactly, and don't sacrifice GDP, Leo. Coming up, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Megan, Andy, Kat, huzzah! Captain Sig Hansen and Sean Dwyer join me with a sneak peek of this coming season of Deadliest Catch. What monsters have they dredged from the depths? Find out. And in just a bit, Charlie LaDuck goes to hell, Michigan, to investigate a town for putting itself up for sale. Please stay here.